Hey parents, how do you make smarter choices for your kids' college today? That's where Sally can help. With Sally, you can find scholarships, funding options, tools, and guidance all in one place. And if you need a loan, Sally has options for different families and different situations. College is only worth it if you do it right. So don't just help your kid go. Help them go smarter. Sally.com/GoParents.
This episode is brought to you by eBay Live. First, you're just watching eBay Live. Then, a Fendi baguette goes for an absolute steal. A 90s NASCAR jacket comes up and you have to bid. That winning feeling, it's such a rush. Because you know everyone else wanted it too. Meanwhile, on eBay Live, you don't just watch the action, you're in it. Download the eBay app to stream and shop live. eBay Live. Things people love.
How long did they live?
20 plus years.
How many?
20 plus years.
Wow,
25.
that's a pretty big investment. Like, you better like your bird, right? Most people don't even have to keep their kids around that long, you know?
This is the plaintiff, Adrian Penna. She says she purchased a bird from the defendant. The woman placed it in a box with some fruit for the ride home, and when she opened the box, the bird was missing. She searched her car for 2 hours, came to realize the woman pretended to put the bird in the box, and then she was scammed. There was never a bird in the box to begin with. The defendant thinks she can pull a fast one on her, but she's here to show her she can't and is suing for the $375 she gave her. This is the defendant, Hiromi. She says all of her bird's wings are clipped so they can't fly. All she knows is that she boxed up a bird the plaintiff purchased, and somehow, some way, the plaintiff lost the bird, and she's trying to place the blame on her. Bottom line, the plaintiff saw her put the bird in the box, and she has no idea what happened to it. She's accused of being a bird brain.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Adrian Penna?
Yes.
You are suing Hiromi. You've asked us not to use your last name or your company's name for $375, the amount that you paid for a conure, is that the word?
Exactly.
Parrot, that according to you did not receive. Okay, talk to me, ladies. Tell me what happened.
Okay, well, I had never considered a bird as a pet. I had babysat or bird sat for a friend of mine who has a conure, and I got very attached to her. She's a very sweet and intelligent bird, and I decided in December that I was going to buy a conure. I looked on eBay classifieds, and I found an ad for hand-fed conures, babies.
All right, does anybody have a
$375.
picture of either this bird or a similar bird so I can see what kind of bird we're talking about? Okay, well, that'll do nicely. All right.
This is the bird that she got.
Okay. A bird of that.
Wow, that's a pretty bird. Can you show me with your hands how big the bird is? Because nothing in the picture is going to let me.
About
That's
this
pretty
big, and not including the tail.
Okay. How long did they live?
20 plus years.
How many?
20 plus years.
Wow,
25.
that's a pretty big investment. Like, you better like your bird, right?
Sure.
Like, I mean, most people don't even have to keep their kids around that long, you know? Okay, what is that all over your shirt? Bird poop?
Bird food, the formula.
Are you
that
kidding
I
me?
feed them with, yes.
Why? Because you had 4 or 5 birds on you at the same time?
Yes, like right after the feeding, and then on the beaks they still had the formula, so they're all over me. So they kind of clean their beaks on my shirt.
Oh, so it's not bird poop? It's just
No, it's formula. Yes.
Okay, and what happened?
I arrived at her apartment and I saw this bird, beautiful bird, very unusually colored for her particular breed. And, you know, she sat on my shoulder, she sat on my hand, she was nibbling my earrings. nibbling my shirt collar. I was just so overjoyed and excited because I had waited since December when I first contracted the defendant to
So what
get a
happened?
bird. So she took the bird, she cut up some strawberries and oranges to put in the box with the bird so the bird wouldn't get dehydrated on the way home. I saw her put the bird in the box. She took the box into the bedroom to get a rubber band to put around the box, and she brought it back, put it very gingerly into a shopping bag, and then gave it to me, and she said, send pictures. And I left. I went to my car, which was a block away. I put the bag with the box into the front passenger seat floor, drove home, talking to the box the whole time. And when I got home, I got up to my apartment. I took out the box out of the bag, took off the rubber band, which was still intact, opened the box, and there was no bird. So I called her in a panic. I said, the bird's not in here. And she said, well, maybe it escaped into your car. Did you drive with the windows open? So I said, no, I didn't drive with the windows open. It was a warm day. I had the air conditioning on. But her wings were clipped. How could she have gotten out of the box? And she said, it's impossible. She couldn't have gotten far. Maybe she's hiding in your car. I went back to the car. I sat in the car for almost 2 hours, not a peep, literally. And so I just went back to my apartment. I was so upset because I thought maybe by some chance the bird had gotten out of the box. And my neighborhood is full of cats and stray cats, and I was just like devastated because I thought, oh my God, this little poor defenseless baby bird.
But why are you having all those thoughts if your testimony a second ago was that the rubber band was intact?
I couldn't believe that the bird hadn't been in the box. I absolutely couldn't believe it.
Maybe you're not so sure that rubber band was intact?
Oh, no. I was sure the rubber band was intact. I have the rubber band here.
Do you have the box?
I have the box. And
Just
this
hand
is-
the whole bag over to my bailiff.
Sure.
Go on.
So I was on the phone with my friend, and he said, it's impossible that a bird gets out of the box.
Go on.
So that was it. I texted her a couple of times. I said, I'm devastated. This is the worst day of my life. I can't imagine where this bird is. And I didn't get a response from her. And then my friend called her and said, he was saying, what happened to the bird? You didn't put the bird in the box. Obviously, you did a bait and switch. And now you're claiming that she's got
There's no switch in this. This would just be
well,
literally
whatever.
theft.
Switch a full box for an empty box.
The only theory that you could possibly sue on is that she took the bird out on purpose to keep it and then gave you an empty box.
That's what my feeling is, because it was so unusually colored, and she was a female, and breeders keep females to breed other birds.
Okay. Talk to me.
She came to my house 3:15, and she sat at the table in my living room, and she interacted with the bird, and so she had questions for me, and I answered them. The whole transaction, the whole thing, entire thing, happened in my living room, and I did not go back to my bedroom to get a rubber band. The rubber band was in the kitchen, and I put the bird in the box in front of her, and packed her up, and put it.
When did you get the rubber band?
When she was ready to go. Because
Okay, so was the bird already in the box?
no, because if I did not have the rubber band, then of course the bird would try to get out. So I had the rubber band ready.
Because otherwise, the bird would be in here with this, like this,
Yes.
and then you're going to another room to get a rubber band.
Right.
Okay, so go on.
Right. So she left with the bird in the box, and after an hour later, she called me in panic, and she told me that she doesn't have the bird in the box. She doesn't see a bird in the box. So I didn't know what to say. I mean, I was lost for words. To me, it didn't make any sense. So I said, what do you mean the bird is not in the box? Then she says, she's not in there, and she was freaking out. I said, well, it's almost impossible that a bird can get out of that box and out of the shopping bag. And even if she did, when I asked her where she had the shopping bag, then she said on the passenger seat. So I said, there's no way that a bird get out of the box and the shopping bag without you ever noticing anything. You would hear, because they're a very noisy bird, always chirping, scratching inside of the box, trying to get out. So if she had the bird, the box and the bag on the passenger seat and driving with the closing, with the car windows closed, then there's no way she didn't notice anything.
All right, and when is it that she calls, or then her friend calls, and what does her friend say to you?
He said, "How irresponsible of you to put a bird in a box like that." And I said, "Well, that's a box that I use for all my clients." Then he said, "There's no way that a bird can get out of the box." So I said, "There's no way that the bird can get out of the box." Then he said, "And how can a bird get out of that shopping bag as on top of it?" So I said, "There's no way that a bird can get out of that shopping bag."
Right, you're agreeing with him.
Yes.
Right.
Then he raised his voice and he said, "Well, I don't think the bird was in the box in the first place." So I said, "You got to be kidding! This is ridiculous." I put the bird in the box in front of her. Then he said, "Well, how do you rectify this?" So I said, "There's nothing to rectify." Then he says, "Okay, then we'll call the police, and you'll be hearing from my attorney, and your reputation is shut." So I said, "Okay, do what you got to do."
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Do you believe that this bird was in the box when the plaintiff got it?
Yes.
Why? I mean, is it possible that the defendant pulled a switcheroo, the bird was never in the box?
No, because when you get the box, you should feel some weight in it. Or
Wouldn't you feel some movement or something?
Of course you feel some movement. It's pretty obvious that if you get a box, that something will probably be shaking in there.
I'm going to you because I just love your hair.
You would definitely know that there's something in the box. I mean, it's going to be heavier. It's gonna be moving around.
Something's going to happen.
It's an animal.
If it's not moving around, there's a problem, right?
Exactly.
Then you would look in the box.
Right.
Going inside the courtroom.
In your research, did you ever find any other complaints against her as a breeder?
No.
Okay, and you've been doing this for how many years?
I started in 2010. So
And any of your clients ever tell you the bird got out of the box?
no,
Where's the bird, folks?
that's my concern.
Honest to God, where is the bird?
I
Where's the bird?
would love to tell you
Because
she's
only
safe
one
at
of two
home.
things is possible.
Okay.
You're a liar or you're a liar. A lot of my cases, like, well, it's something in between. There's no in between. Either you didn't put the bird in the box, or you put the bird in the box and then took the bird out of the box when you had the box in a different room. Or you're a liar and she never left the room, put the bird right in front of you, and then you opened the box to coochie-coo the bird or something, and the bird got loose and you don't want to eat the money. Both of those seem so far-fetched.
I know.
They both do, but
I
not
know.
just
I
like
know,
yours.
it's
To suggest
both.
that you would go through a lawsuit when you knew that it was your fault the bird is silly. And to suggest that somebody makes a living off of selling birds would go hey, 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 and take the bird is also silly.
Right.
They're both silly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't stay in business very long if you take a bird out of a box that you just put a bird. I mean, it's, I don't know what happened to the bird. I mean, she doesn't strike me as somebody's going to steal the bird from you. She wants you to be happy and send her pictures. It's a mystery.
It is a
complete
mystery. And
right, but so long as.
further-
But here's the thing: I'm not going to end up giving you closure that you want because I don't know what happened to the bird. I don't know what happened to the bird, and I have to know what happened the way you're accusing her of for you to win. And because I don't, then by default, when a plaintiff can't prove their case, the verdict goes for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
And so because the plaintiff cannot prove that the defendant knows the whereabouts of the bird, you lose your case.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think the bird is?
I hope she still got the bird because that means the bird is not escaped and in danger, and that was my biggest concern.
Well, do you believe her now that she doesn't have it?
No,
You don't believe her. All right. Are you going to get another bird?
I'm picking her up Saturday.
Okay, good. All right, right down this way. All right, so come on in here and what do you think of all this?
It's also so unfortunate that she accused me of giving her an empty box, which is not, that's not how I treat my clients.
What do
Why
you
would I
think
can-
happened to the bird?
What I think happened was that probably she couldn't wait until she get home and open the box, and then the bird got out. And even though she said that her car windows were closed, probably they were open, and she blew out of the car or something like that.
Harvey?
Okay, you know, the bottom line here is that the plaintiff has the burden of proof, so if it's even Steven 50-50 and you can't figure out which way it tips, the plaintiff loses. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Mazda has been named Consumer Reports' safest new car brand. It starts with our approach. Every Mazda comes standard with proactive safety features, so you're more aware of what's around you, more focused on the road ahead, and ready before problems ever start. Mazda, more of what matters most to you. Go to MazdaUSA.com to learn more. Consumer Reports does not endorse or promote any product.
Suffering from dry, tired, irritated eyes? Don't let dry eyes win. Use Sustain Pro. It hydrates, restores, and protects dry eyes for up to 12 hours. Sustain Pro. Triple action dry eye relief.
This is the plaintiff, Lamont Barton Jr. He says he's in a family feud with the defendant, his great aunt, and it has to do with some of his belongings that she sold without his knowledge. His great aunt has made his life very difficult for him, and she should have to pay him for the losses she's caused. He's suing for $5,000, the value of his belongings. This is the defendant, Sheila Griffin. She says the plaintiff's a troublemaker who's trying to wrestle away her house through the courts. As far as his belongings go, he took everything with him when he left. The guy's just causing her grief to annoy her and upset her. But she's here to fight him for what's right, so bring it on. She's accused of throwing it all away. The defendants filed a countersuit for $5,000 for pain and suffering.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lamont Barton
Yes, ma'am.
Jr., you are suing your great aunt, Sheila Griffin?
Yes.
Okay, for $5,000 for selling property of yours that she had no right to sell, according to you, and for rent for March, April, and May. Tell me what's going on.
The house that she live in right now is my property.
It's your property?
Yes.
Why is she, okay. And why is she living on your property?
She illegally got me evicted out of the property from getting an order of protection in family court.
She got an order of protection against you.
In family court.
Saying what? That he was threatening you?
That I was threatening him. That's what
you were threatening him. You don't get an order of protection against him because you threatened him.
That's why they turned it around and gave me the order of protection.
Okay. All right. Let's back it up here. There's a house.
It's a house.
And the house was granted to whom originally?
My great aunts and my uncle, which Sheila was one of them.
Are they all brothers and sisters?
Yeah, they're brothers and sisters.
Okay. So why don't you tell me? The house was given to you by whom?
My mother.
And did your mother pass away and give it?
No, my mother's still alive.
Oh, she's still alive.
Yeah.
And she signed the house over to who?
She signed the house over to her children.
All 5 of her children?
Yes.
And you are the child, you're the grandchild of one of those 5?
Yes.
Okay. How is it your house if there's 5 people involved?
Because the house was...
All 5 of them gave it to you?
Well, my uncle was the administrator of the property.
Okay.
The taxes, nothing was paid on the house since 2009. The house was going to foreclosure when I moved in.
Okay.
There was no plumbing in there. The doors were broke off. All the hinges was off the doors. It was rats, roaches.
Was she
ants.
living there?
She was living there prior to me moving in there. Yes, she was.
Okay. But did she move in just prior to you moving in there, or it decayed in her care? What are you saying?
Yeah, she moved in and started helping her mother out. She started helping my grandmother out due to, I guess.
When you're talking about decaying, you're talking about the actual owner who still owned it.
Yeah, my grandmother was in there getting ate by the rats and the mice. Her other daughter, which was my aunt, she came and took my grandmother out of the house and moved her in with her. At this point, now Sheila had the property.
Sheila's living there with who?
With anybody, random person off the avenue.
Well, that's not what you said in the complaint. You said with 10 kids. Who are the kids?
She has 10 kids.
You have 10 kids?
I have 9 kids.
You have, correction, 9 kids. You have 9 kids?
Yes.
Were you living in that house, that rat-infested house with 9 kids?
I was forced to move back with my mother to take care of her and get her back. She was dying. She was literally dying.
Okay, but apparently one of your sisters took her from that
Kidnapped
place
my
because she didn't think
mother.
that was working out.
No, kidnapped my mother. She was the power attorney, and that was that.
Where's your mother?
My mother's kidnapped my sister, who was her power attorney, kidnapped her one day when I left, came back, and my mother was gone.
Okay, where's your mother? With your sister?
With my sister.
Okay, wow, you guys have deep, deep problems. All right, now you end up, you're living there and she's living there. You're both living there at one point in time.
Yes.
Okay, what caused the problem between the two of you?
She got evicted from her house in October of 2011. She tried to move in with me on Elmdor.
Okay.
And I wouldn't let her move in with me. Being that she had a copy of the old deed and her name was on the deed at the time, she was coming.
What do you mean by a copy with the old deed? This is important because you're suing for rent, so I need to understand.
I have the new
how
deed.
is it you figure you own the whole house?
Because I have the new deed.
Show me the deed you have. And according to you, you own 1/5 of the house, right?
Well, I feel like I own the whole house.
How do you own the whole house? You're both nuts. How do you own the whole house?
Because
I see a deed where it's given to 5 people.
Right. And I plan on continuing my complaint with my
Why
family.
would you own the whole house? What's your answer to my question?
Because that's what my mother wanted. I'm the one that came in and helped my mother get
that
her
doesn't
things.
give you a right to everything your mother owns over your brothers and sisters. What
Well,
kind of people are you?
I'm not saying I own
so what is
everything.
your legal? I thought you were going to show me a deed, something.
I got a deed.
Okay, show me your deed.
Oh, by myself? I don't have one with
Okay,
only
well
my
then
name.
what makes you think on what planet would it be your house?
Well, yeah,
and where do you come off that it's your house and that you're entitled to rent because James Barton gave you his interest? James Barton can only give you what's his to give. You understand James is one of the 5's names. Who's James to you? Your dad?
My uncle.
Your uncle. Okay, James can only give you what he owns. If he is a 1/5 owner, how do you figure he can give you 5/5? He can only give you the 1/5 that's his to give out.
Would you ever sue a relative if that relative just screwed you over?
Yeah, definitely.
You would?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like, if they screw me over, it depends on how bad.
What do you think?
I would. If something was gone or something was missing, I would.
How about you?
Definitely, I stand my ground, you know? Like, if there's something suspicious, you just gotta let it know.
I love how many people here would do it? How many would sue a relative?
I would.
This is the gnarliest group we've ever had down here because most people, I would never sue a relative. Everybody would sue a relative going inside the courtroom.
Okay, so why do you figure you own the whole house?
Because my name the only name on the deed. He was in charge of the house. And
Your name's the only name on this deed from him. That can only convey for you what he owns. He can only give you what's his to give. He can't give you something that belongs to somebody else. He can only give you what's his to give. All right, it seems to me that what's going on is there's 4 siblings who own the house and 1 grandnephew. That is what's going on. And the 5 of you, my opinion is should put the house for sale, sell it, and split the proceeds. I assume is the house paid for or is there a mortgage
The
on it?
house has been paid for.
Been paid for.
Yes.
So that would be the smart thing to do. But in the meantime, let's discuss tires because that really is the answer to $3,300 of your lawsuit regarding April, May, and March. Because you want her to pay rent, but she owns 1/5 of it. And your claim to rent is your 1/5 of it. So that's interesting. Let's put that to a side. And let's talk about the tire machine, power washer, tires, and rims. According to you, you left some stuff in the garage of the house.
yes,
Tell me what you left in the garage.
I left a tire machine to change tires. I have 35 used tires, a power washer, air compressor, set of 22-inch rims, and I have 2 pair of 24-inch rims.
And
left
what
set up.
happened to them?
Well, as far as I know, the tire machine and the tires, I know she sold them to a guy that
How
had the tire
do
machine.
you know that? Have you been back to the garage and you see that the stuff is missing?
Well, I know the tire machine wasn't there because she sold it for $600 with all the tires.
Did you sell the tire machine?
I made arrangement to get the tire machine out of the garage.
Did you sell the tire machine?
It was supposed to be sold, yes.
Did you sell the tire machine?
Yes.
Why can't you just say yes?
Because
if you get squirrely like that, then I just think you're a liar
No,
trying to
because I
win
just
her
wanted
case.
you to understand the whole story.
I understand, but did you sell the tire
Yes,
machine?
I did.
How much did you sell the tire machine for?
$600.
Why did you sell his tire machine?
Because When I came back home, my insurance was taken out of the house. He had took the toilet, the sink. He tore up the house completely. And my insurance was canceled because he had 5 pit bulls in the house. So I was like, had to do something because he came to my house one day and scared my children so bad. I guess he left a motorcycle in there. And while I wasn't home, he came to get the motorcycle and threatened my kids while I was away.
What did he say to your kids?
He banged on the door and they was like, act like they wasn't there. So,
Wait, that's not threatening your kids, that's banging on the door.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be over there at all.
Okay, did he threaten your kids or did he bang on the door?
He was like saying, let me in, and it was a rough, I'm just telling you what they told me.
No, you're not.
It was a threat to them, because that's how they felt.
I'll be the judge of that. What did he say?
I couldn't tell you because I wasn't there.
But I should just trust you that it's a threat.
The police was called.
What else did you sell from the garage?
That was it.
The tire machine, did you sell the tires?
No, I didn't.
Where are the tires?
I couldn't tell you. The tires that I know is still in there. And
you have an affidavit from the person she sold the machine to, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Once I arrived, I discovered she had 35 used tires that she later gave to me with the tire machine for $600. Oh, so she got rid of the tires with the same guy.
Yes.
That's what the guy says.
Well, if he took the tires, he took it. I told him he can take the tire changer. Now, if he took it, then you know what? I don't know.
She also tried to sell me a set of rims for $200. I declined.
No. Can I tell you something about this guy? He tried to beat me out of the $600. Okay, he got the tire changer, brought it to his place, and told me it was broke and he wanted the $600 back. So the person who owned the tire changer came to my house and asked me about the tire changer.
What do you mean the person who owns the tire changer?
His name
He's got a receipt for the tire changer.
Well, he must have gave him the receipt. Because I talked to the owner and he went to this person.
Who's the owner according to you, of the tire machine?
His name they call him Unc.
Why would you sell Unc's tire machine to get back at him for ripping out his sink?
That's not the reason why I sold it.
Yeah, but if it's Unc's tire machine, then why are you saying? You're such a liar. You can't even remember what lies you said. In your answer to the complaint, what you said was it belonged to somebody else and you were selling it for him. To my face, you said, to my face, you say, well, you have to understand he destroyed stuff and ripped out sinks. That's why I had to do something. Maybe it cost me my insurance because of his pit bulls, so I had to do something to recoup my losses. That's why I sold it. And then in the same breath, you turn around and say, yeah, it belongs to a guy named Unc. You just honestly have no idea. You either don't know what you're talking about or you think I'm stupid.
I didn't find out till afterwards that it was his.
Would you find out before you walked in here? Because a minute ago you were saying that you had to sell his stuff because he cost you money.
No, because that's what
you
the
have a
original thing.
$5,000 counterclaim against him for pain and suffering.
Yes.
Do tell. What? Go ahead, prove your case on that.
Well, I was arrested for no reason.
Apparently, the police arrested you for disorderly conduct with them.
No, I never was arrested. It was harassment. And they dropped the charges.
Okay. And
I was allowed, and he went to court saying I threatened his dogs with a knife, his 5 pit bulls with a knife, his daughter and my granddaughter with a knife. And they got a restraining order from me to remove me from my house.
You guys have a lot of problems. My problem's over with because I'm going to rule and then I'm not going to see you ever again. But you guys have a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. Surely you realize the disgrace that you have brought upon your mother, your grandmother.
Your Honor,
I don't want to hear you. That mouth better not open again. I want you to listen. Surely you must realize the disgrace that both of your conduct has brought upon that poor lady. You are manipulating the system. Both of you, don't nod. You're both manipulating the system for your own advantage because all you ever think about is how you can get the angle on this one. You don't own 5/5 of that house any more than you own 5/5 of that house. What you folks need to do is file an action in civil court to force the sale of the property. That's the only way there's going to be finality to this. You have to talk to the other siblings who own that house, the other 3 owners, and make sure they're on board with this so that it'll end. In the meantime,
what
I
I
got to
said.
figure whether you sold his stuff, and I find that you did. So based on the receipts that I do see and the affidavit that you have submitted to me in the amount of $3,300, on your counterclaim, 0.
No problem. Don't surprise me.
You know, I just want to make a general comment here. Probate laws are very specific and in many cases very complicated. And if you are responsible for administering a probate, if you're an executor or whatnot, it's always a good idea to check with a lawyer on what the ground rules are before you start acting. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
It's your league to dominate in EA Sports Madden NFL 27. Powered by the all-new Persona engine, you can build your franchise the way you want. And to really live your entire football journey, get the MVP bundle. It comes with access to College Football 27, Madden NFL 27, plus deluxe edition rewards in both games. From campus legend to NFL superstar, make your rise with the MVP bundle. Learn more at EA.com. Rated E for everyone with mild lyrics, user interact, and in-game purchases includes random items.
This is the plaintiff, Patricia Guglielmelli. She says she purchased a Lincoln Continental from the defendant, and as she's driving it away, she hears a knocking noise. She brought it to her own personal mechanic, and when the guy went to take a look at it, the guy told her it looked like the engine had been on fire at one time. Fire, huh? Bottom line, the guy sold her a piece of charred junk, and she wants her $5,000 back. This is the defendant, Eric Walmart. He says she came to buy a car with a mechanic and they both settled on the Lincoln Continental. She purchased the car. It was noted there was a ticking noise from the engine and she went away. This was a good car with a minor issue. She was informed of it and he owes nothing. He's accused of ignoring the tick, tick, tick.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Okay, can you pronounce your last name for me?
Guglielmelli.
Okay, Patricia Guglielmelli, you are suing Right Turn Auto Sales Incorporated, represented here by Mr. Walmart. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. Walmart. Not
the store.
Walmart. Walmart. Sorry
Yes.
about that. I bet you wish it was Walmart. For $5,000, according to you, you're out even more than that for repairs. Tell me what happened.
Well, my husband he's owned like 5 Lincoln cars.
Is this your husband?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is my husband, Tom. He's owned like 5 Lincoln Town cars with this kind of an engine. And I've always wanted to be able to have a Lincoln Town car, but I'm too short.
Oh.
No, I can't. No, I've tried to take it out and drive it, and I can't because...
Don't see over there.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so... When he told me that he'd found a Lincoln Town car that he thought, a Lincoln Continental that he thought that I could drive, I was kind of excited because I usually can't drive them, and I know what fantastic cars they are, and he's always been wanting me to have one. So we go down there, and we're experienced with the Lincoln motors and Lincoln cars, a long history with them, and the engines have never been a problem. My mechanic couldn't come at the time. He couldn't come with me. He had knee surgery, but we didn't really feel we were buying a car we were familiar with.
Did you test drive the car?
No.
We bought the car without test driving it? Not much less having a mechanic see it. You bought a used car without test driving it?
Honestly, I did not take the car out on the road. I did not feel that was necessary.
Okay, and then what happened?
Once we took the car out, and I was very happy, happy with it. The noise was indiscernible as to exactly what it was, but we have an excellent mechanic. I really wasn't worried about it.
Wait a
even if I
minute.
had
When
to
you
spend...
took the car, did you drive the car off the lot?
Yes.
Okay. And you hear the noise?
I did.
Yes.
Okay. Can I hear from you then?
Yeah.
You don't have to stand up if you want. We'll bring
No,
the-
it's just fine. I can
You
stand
good?
up.
Okay.
Okay, she's... All right, what happened was... Okay. This is how it is.
Wait. How long have you two been married?
More than I can remember.
35 years.
35 years.
All right.
I want you to
35
know, just in case you couldn't see laterally, that he just went, she's... Like that. That's
Italian.
the look. That's
Okay.
the thing he just did with his hand.
It's
Yeah.
Because I
Italian. He
want
does
to
it
pay
all the
when you get
time.
home. All right? Go ahead.
Not a problem.
When I went to see the car, first off, okay? I started the car. I never heard the lifters, first of all. I heard the the fan belt was squealing. I said, "Needs a fan belt." You know, they jumped it to start the battery. Okay, fine. I was told.
Did you test drive it?
No, I didn't test drive it. But this is part of the problem because don't worry. I buy almost all of my Lincolns without test drive. I don't worry. I hear the motor's good. I don't worry about it.
That's how you buy cars? You don't bother? It's too much trouble to test drive?
I've been driving Lincolns, working for companies driving Lincolns. I've owned Lincolns. It's the first one I've ever heard with a lifter problem.
And did you hear that when it was still at the dealership?
No, I did not hear that because later on they told me they put Marvel Mystery Oil in the car, which will cover that. Okay, if you want to cover that so someone doesn't hear lifters.
Well, then I guess your method sort of stinks, doesn't it?
I blew it this time. Not arguing that point.
But I'm saying, if that's a possibility, someone can put mystery liquid.
Yeah, you can put that stuff in there.
Then the sound test is not foolproof, and then maybe you shouldn't be doing a sound test.
You can also put sawdust in a transmission to make it act right.
So maybe you should be test driving cars.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, when I picked the car up, that's the first time I actually heard it, when she brought the car home. I had my car, so I went with my car. I said, what is that? I wanted to talk to a buddy. He said, I think it's your lifters. All right, so we'll look into that. All right, so fine. The lifters may be no good. All right. So I called this guy on the phone. I said, the car's got this lifter problem. He said, well...
Is this on the same day that you took possession of the car? Or the next day, or a
day or two after that,
okay,
something like that. Anyway, he said to me that if the motor blew up, he would take care of the motor. He would give me a new motor. So I went over to my mechanic.
Is that what your paperwork says?
Huh?
Is that what your paperwork
says? It's a roadworthy car.
Okay, can I see your paperwork?
The higher entire vehicle's roadworthy.
What else does your paperwork say?
All right.
Let me see your paperwork.
Yeah, get the paperwork out. All right,
I have the bill of sale.
The letters from the mechanic.
Yeah, I have all this stuff. You want to see everything?
Yeah, everything. Bring her everything.
Okay,
Instead of
everything.
flapping, what was it you just said to your wife? I'm gonna get down there and smack you myself.
Sorry
All
about
right,
that.
that's everything.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take everything.
All right.
I don't normally, but I'm gonna take it here because I want to keep the peace.
Oh, wait a minute. Here, the pictures.
I'll sift through. That's all right. All right.
Yeah, what did you come
They
on.
fell out of the bag.
Okay, were you there for the actual transaction, the sale?
Yeah, I was there.
But she did the signing.
I bought it for her birthday.
Okay. And you do see on the paperwork it says no warranty, right?
Yeah, it says no warranty, but the man did tell me he would fix the motor if it blew up.
Okay.
My mechanic did the work. He pulled the motor out. He pulled it up, and he saw that after he put the new lifters in, that the oil, because of the motor, you can see in the pictures, the credit from the old rotted away oil inside the car would not allow the circulation that needed to be done to properly run the motor.
Okay.
So it would not have worked. The motor would have blown up.
Okay.
And he sent the letter, the mechanic sent a notarized letter he had with that.
Let me see the mechanic's notarized letter. Okay. The car had 167,250 miles on it when purchased. She brought the car to the shop so the work on the lifter can be done. Once the engine was opened, I found engine oil was baked into the motor due to lack of changing oil from the last owner. I cleaned out the motor as best I could and replaced 16 lifters. Put it back together, new oil and filter. It was too late. The motor locked up anyway. Replaced engine, now motor runs fine.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That when I bought the car for her, the mechanic told me he had done the front end work, which means the ball joints. When Stu did the engine, he said your ball joints are no good, so it wasn't done. I had to pay for a set of ball joints too.
Okay. Did your mechanic tell them that he had done the ball joints?
No.
Okay.
He wasn't there when the mechanic told me that.
Okay, I know. Can you prove that the mechanic told you that?
No, it would be my word against his. But
they didn't have a mechanic there. It was
that kid, whatever his name is. I don't even know the guy's name. Was it Jerry?
Like Archie and Edith.
Would you ever buy a car without taking it for a test drive?
I would absolutely not buy a car without taking it for a test drive.
Why?
Because I want to know how the car feels, and I want to get in the car and want to ask.
What does feel mean?
I want to feel if there's any bumps in the car, anything that's.
Well, you might go over a bump in the road.
No. If there's any jerk to the transmission or anything like that, I would pay attention to the car.
Okay, I was just giving you grief. You're smart. Going inside the courtroom.
What's going on? Let me hear your side.
When Pat came in to purchase the vehicle, the car was sitting in the back and it had like a little tick in the motor from the car sitting. I told Pat, when you bring it in, I'll do the oil change for you and we'll put fresh oil in. If the tick is still there, we'll do at another thing of the morals, Mr. Oiland, and by that time, you should be fine. That noise should be gone.
Okay. Tell me how that discussion took place about the ticking noise.
Here's the lift.
Hold on a second. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was under the impression that we weren't quite sure what the noise was. He was talking about the possibility of an exhaust noise, and Rob was going to make me an appointment for their exhaust guy down in Middle Island, which I never went to after I saw Stu. I mean, I wasn't. First of all, I'm not a mechanic to the point that I really know what the lifters do.
I understand, but the guy you're buying the car from is testifying to me that you heard the tick and bought the car anyway, and you're testifying to me that you discussed the tick with him and bought the car anyway. I mean, at what point is maybe you guys are buying an as-is car with no warranty and this is all on you as opposed to on them?
Well,
what did they hide? What did they do wrong?
With the Lincoln car, of all the ones we've had, there are worse.
I understand, but you understand what as-is means? Do you understand what the as-is law means on a used car that's over 100,000 miles, sold to you by a dealer, doesn't have to give a warranty and didn't? Because there's no such thing as the Lincoln exception to as-is and no warranty. Folks, I feel bad for you, but you're in the same position as anybody else who buys a used car with no warranty. It's buyer beware.
Yeah, but he did tell me if the motor was no good, he'd replace the motor.
Watch this. Did you tell him that if the motor was no good, you'd replace the motor? Yeah.
Of course he's going to say that.
Well, of course he's going to say that. And of course you're going to say opposite.
Yeah.
And that's where you need the stuff in writing. No used car dealer's going to say to you, stop talking directly to him. No used car. I don't find it believable that a used car dealer is going to turn around and tell you, I'll just give you a full warranty if anything goes wrong. I mean, you have to understand that you've put yourself in a very difficult position. Okay? Verdict for the defendant.
All right, both sides are full right now.
Well, the plaintiffs in this case made the same mistake we've seen so many times in the People's Court. In an as-is sale, you're responsible for what you bought. Step up a little bit here. What's your reaction to this outcome?
My reaction to this outcome is that I don't feel that feel that he's very moral or reputable.
You mad at your husband now?
No, I'm not mad at my husband at all.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, head
not
around.
At all.
Head right out this way. Okay, come on in here.
Thank you very much.
All right, step on in here. What's your feeling? You knew this was an as-is deal, right?
Right.
You knew when you came in this courtroom that what the outcome was going to be?
I was going to win.
Yeah. Well, you feel for them? Buying a car that falls apart?
I tried to help them out many times, and she just wouldn't listen to what I was trying to say to her.
All right. Okay, Harvey.
Okay, a lot of people don't think you can do this, but you can negotiate a warranty on any used car sale. It can be a private party, it can be a dealer. You always have a right to negotiate a warranty if the other side agrees.
I'm Hannah. I've lost 75 pounds in 20 months with GLP-1s, plus diet and exercise. On Row, I've gone from struggling to run a mile to running farther every day. You can access FDA-approved GLP-1s online. Get the support you need to reach your weight loss goals. Go to row.co/weight to see if you qualify. I'm a paid Row partner. 20% average weight loss in 1 year in non-diabetics with obesity or overweight with a weight-related medical condition versus 3.1% in placebo arm. RX only. To stay informed about serious side effects, go to row.co/safety.